receive.
He's one of Scandinavia's or Europe's famous coaches.
Congratulations.
He is, and he is all ours.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm recording. I'm officially recording.
Officially.
Yeah.
Yeah?
This is getting like tiresome.
I got
Real
it.
fast too.
Got it. I'll just hold it. Good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good?
Yeah.
I'm all
Just don't hold the mic over your exakt. Inte hålla så. I'm recording.
Gotta take forever. Okay.
This is what happens at 10.
Yeah.
It's officially shut down.
Happy hour is now,
Now over.
50% of all drinks and we're doing this.
Will we miss
it?
Do you think it's harder to run a... We're talking about how you have to speak 4, 5, 7 languages just to get people to do a fucking push-up in your gym. Do you think it's... Do you think it's harder for a European to do it? Because you have 4 or 5 languages and different people and different countries. And in America, you know, there's like one language.
No.
And then that's it.
No.
So you don't find it harder to communicate effectively with all these people versus... No?
No. I've been in a room like you had a guy from Scotland, a guy from Australia, a guy from the US, and neither understood each other. Same language. I think it's like within Scandinavia, yeah, I speak Norwegian and Swedish and Danish, so that makes it just easier because we have lots of guys all the time from different countries. Both like steadily working and like training at the gym, but also like guys coming through just visiting us. So, no.
And how is it to work with people with such different backgrounds?
It's fun and cool and inspiring, and I love to work with people, not just like elite fighters, but I really like to teach someone to do something, whether it being how to throw a jab or how to like utilize a specific and very difficult game
happy
plan.
hour sign is getting you. He keeps looking over the happy hour. Could have made it.
No, but it's like I like to teach persons to do different things. It doesn't matter if it's like a simple, basic jab or a side step, whatever, or a takedown, or it's a more complex movement. So I just like to teach people, and I love that we got a gym full of people from different cultures, different countries. That inspires me, and I like to keep the environment open for everyone. So yeah, I like that.
How do you keep an environment that open? We were talking about gyms earlier. You go to certain gyms,
Yeah.
nobody there likes you. Everyone's kind of angry. How do you cultivate a positive gym and positive people? And because it has to start really from the coach down.
Without a doubt.
How do you start that? How do you maintain that?
I think it's like I'm very aware of the specific atmosphere I need to have at rumblesports to. The way I look at it, I need a specific atmosphere so fighters and just people coming for exercise can excel. And the way I look at it is that this is a serious sport. Like we have other sports that are contact sports, but MMA is a tough sport. So if you come in every day and you have guys who are trying to like take your head off, if you wake up and you're like, I'm feeling kind of sluggish today, you might not want to come in because you got some 18-year-old 220-pound guy who's like, today's the day. So you need to have an atmosphere where everything is cool and fun, and we like to joke a lot about everything, but when we practice and train techniques, we're really serious about it, but we joke a lot at the same time, so guys are having fun. So it's a light atmosphere, and we work together as a team. And I just got one hell of an introduction here, but I don't see myself as being specifically, like a fantastic coach in any way. I just see myself as a basic coach. But what we've got is an atmosphere where everybody's helping each other. So this is like a team product. Penny's performance tomorrow will be a team product. She's got several sparring partners who have like been there for her again and again and again, twice a day sometimes, and that makes her able to perform. Without them, she wouldn't be anything.
How do you keep track of each person? Because each person's at a different level.
Yeah, sure.
So how do you keep track of, do you just keep a mental note in the back of your head, and how do you, in a room full of 20 people, do you try to separate, like, okay guys, the elites are on Tuesday, Wednesday, because I can't do your first class at the same time, elite level sparring.
We've got different classes. We've got like basic classes and medium classes and then advanced classes as well. So that separates people, of course. But other than that, I think it's my job to make everyone evolve. So it doesn't matter if there's someone coming in for the very first time or it's like someone who has trained for 20 years. I need to teach them stuff to make them evolve, both like technique-wise, but also like to inspire them and make them see how the sport can help, make them grow, like socialize and stuff like that. So yeah.
There's that great quote, "You can't teach heart, but you're a coach." So I'll ask you, can you? Because I'm a pussy. I'm pretty good at jiu-jitsu and kickboxing and everything, and my coach told me, "Do you want to work this?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, then you better learn how to run." So I went and ran a marathon. Well, now I can outrun most other jiu-jitsu people. Yeah. People who are like me, who decide, I really don't like getting punched in the face. Can you teach them to overcome it, to get stronger, to not mentally break? Or is it just, you're mentally weak, you're going to remain mentally weak?
I think it's about one factor. You need to have motivation. And I'm a strong believer in that if you want something, you can accomplish it. If Penny wants to become the best female bantamweight in the world, and she does, I believe her. Go get it, girl. No, I do. I honestly do.
It's weird when you say that looking at me.
Yeah, but she's and I'm not allowed to look at the happy hour side out there, which is flashing. No, I believe that if you want something and you work hard and that you got the right people around you, you can accomplish that dream, that goal. So I got guys who maybe have trained at a gym for a few years and they're like kind of like a daisical about it, just like going through the motions of having fun, and then suddenly something changes in their life, or they just change maybe the perspective of it, and they suddenly go all in. I've seen that happen a few times. I've also seen the opposite pretty often, that you have guys who really want this and they're like got that desire, and then it just dies because they realize what they have to go through. And I think a lot of fighters, a lot of people rather look at fighting as, doesn't matter if it's boxing or kickboxing or even jiu-jitsu or MMA, they look at the finished product and say, hey, I can do that, I want to do that. Or what they don't see is what lies behind it, and all the sacrifices people make, not just training, but how you eat, how you sleep, when you sleep, and that you just sacrifice everything. You can't hang out with friends, you can't go out, you have to miss all kinds of birthdays and other family celebrations just to do this one thing, and then you're like a rock star, like maybe 4 times a year going up, and then 2-3 times after that. I mean, people sacrifice so much for that, and you're not a pro fighter when you put on pro gloves, put on a mouthpiece and wear a Tapa t-shirt. We can all do that. That does not make a pro fighter. What makes a pro fighter is that you show up every single day, also on the bad days. You show up in the gym, you leave the ego at the door, and you're willing to learn, staying humble. That makes a pro fighter, working towards a dream, on good days, on bad days as well. So yeah, but I think I've seen it a lot of times that guys change, and also I've seen guys who does not have heart suddenly just turn on a switch, and now they have. So I think it's all about motivation. If you want something and it's fun, sure.
Is it hard being in the position of coach? Because let's just say, dad, you're the one who has to help motivate when they need it, but you're also the one that has to say, maybe it's time you go kick a ball or something. Have you had to do that? And when do you decide? Like if Mirko Krokop is your fighter, when do you decide? Maybe you need to kick a ball for a little while.
I've heard some crazy stories about Krokop. I'm not sure I want to say that to him.
All right, Kazushi Sakuraba.
Yeah, I like him. We'll sit down over about a whiskey, I believe. Yeah, I had to say that a few times. Some guys identify with themselves being a fighter, and then it's a difficult decision, while others just fight like is what they're doing right now. And I think if you're fighting should be something you do, not something you are. Because whether or not you're a really good fighter, you will end up in trouble if you believe you are a fighter. It's something you do. But yeah, I've been in that position a few times. It's not fun, it's not cool, but I also believe firmly that it's my responsibility to tell people the honest truth. So I often tell my guys in practice, you look like shit. Me completely. So in a toe-to-toe exchange in the middle of the cage tomorrow, I'll tell her, you need to take a half a step back and throw the counter left hook, and she'll do it right then. Because she trusts me, because she knows I'll tell her what's right and what's wrong. So when she looks like shit, I'll tell her, you look like shit. That's how it's done. And I'm not there to pat her back. I'm there to help her. And but it's tough when you sometimes have to crush someone's dream. I also told a few guys that this isn't for you, because fighting isn't for everyone.
Took up acting.
Yeah, but sometimes you need to like tell someone like, you should be doing this. You should maybe like do jiu-jitsu instead or something else. But if you got someone who's got like certain flaws or just haven't got the right mentality for it, there's a specific guy at our gym he's a really talented guy. He could, like in the gym, he could hang with anyone. And the guys at his own weight, he could probably just smash if he wanted to in practice. But he cannot fight.
That's like Joe Riggs.
When it matters,
about Joe Riggs.
Lots of guys like that. So, I mean, like there's a Swedish guy, Joachim Engberg too, who, there's so many gym stories about him. He's like a legend. But I've never seen a fight where I was impressed by him. But I was told that he's like a tremendous fighter in the gym. And
is it the lights? Is it the attention? Is it the
I
stress?
think it's a different factor. Some guys fight for the wrong reasons. That was the case with this guy. But that guy at my gym, he's gonna come back. And I saw him the other day. I haven't talked to him for a while, and I could just tell something was changed. And he's like, I want to fight now. Well, before he fought to impress his dad, because his dad wanted to see he was like a real tough guy. And he didn't fight for the right reasons, but now he does. Mm-hmm. Now when he trains now, he seems like he's really passionate about learning and becoming better, and I think he will excel. It's going to be exciting to see if he actually can fight now when it matters. So yeah, but yeah.
Well, having seen the good and the bad of fighting, would you let any of your 3 kids come up and be fighters, or are you going to, tell them to kick a ball? Way easier to kick a ball.
Yeah, yes and no. Yeah, if they want to fight, sure. I got to deal with them that if they want to fight, they must come to me. I will not ever come to them and say, hey, let's fight. Because with my position and my name and all that, it's a lot of pressure for them. And if they will fight at one point, just having my last name will mean a lot of pressure, because everyone will be watching. So no, if they want to fight, it will be absolutely up to them and only them. I don't see fighting as something bad. I see a lot of people training the wrong way, which causes damage and especially the brain damage and so forth. So I believe that if you train the right way, you can protect yourself and your teammates and have a lot of fun. But of course, fighting isn't for everyone. And yeah, you need to really want it. So I've had my 2 oldest sons coach fight with me. Right. To show him not just what I do, but also to show him like how life can be, and to sit cage side and listen and smell. That's the smell of blood when someone gets cut or gets beat up. The sound of it, bone versus bone. I think it's a life lesson. You can't teach someone that unless you see it. And my oldest son, he saw a really brutal fight. His first fight when he coached with me. He saw Nicholas Dahl beat up a Dutch guy called Reverend Jarman. It was a sick beatdown. And that will probably make him not ever want to fight. But he was like, oh my. But I think that's an important lesson, that fighting isn't like a pink dream. It's not like a fairy tale. So.
Well, thank you, man. Thanks for sitting down with us.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.